Hey guys! So I know Valentine's Day is coming up and you always want to look super gorgeous and super just perfect. So today's video is about dark neck cover-up. I know a lot of us sometimes have discoloration, or we have moles or birthmarks, or when your neck is just maybe a little bit of a different color than your face or your chest, which happens just because, well, it's skin, it happens, and we really want to just cover them up. So today I wanted to do a tutorial on how to cover up a little bit of your dark neck so it just matches your whole set of makeup. And this can be very helpful when you especially wear just clothing that doesn't go straight up to your neck, or when you have a special occasion and you just want to look on point and perfect. So if you guys are ready to see that, then go ahead and stay tuned. So for me, growing up, my neck was always something I was super conscious about, but learning to do things such as with makeup might help you feel a little bit better, where you don't feel like you have to struggle so hard. Now, as many of you know, if you ever have had issues with especially dark circles, which I've also always had a huge issue with, it is very difficult sometimes to cover them up. Just slapping on concealer doesn't always work. So the first thing that we're going to do is color correct. As you guys have seen in my other makeup tutorials, I normally use like this little tiny color corrector from Color FX. It's a nice little tiny little tube. But for your neck, it's a lot more difficult to get it on because there's just simply more skin. So today, instead, we are going to be using the Smashbox color correcting pencil, and this is a nice orange color. It really helps to completely cancel out the darkness. The first step that I'm going to use is a primer. In this case, I'm just going to use a light mist of the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to spray it one time each way. Once we put our primer on, we want to make sure that we have a nice buffing brush. As you can see, this one is nice. It's a firmer brush, and it really helps to get it in the pores and helps it to really just make a nice firm layer. So in this case, using a little bit less is more. A lot of people like to just go totally ham on it, and that's not what you need. You really need to evenly place it so you have an even distribution and you don't look cakey and it doesn't really show through when you go to conceal. As you can see, it's already starting to cancel out the darkness quite a bit. However, since this is partially for Valentine's Day, I really want to make sure that it's all perfect. Since I have already done my full face of makeup, I just want to add a little bit of my regular concealer, which is a little creamier, and just add it to places where I know it is always a little bit darker and always tends to crease. Once we have buffed out our little bit of Cover FX, we want to go ahead and go to our concealer. Now, when it comes to your concealer, I know a lot of us love to use our highlighting product because it seems, well, logical. You want to lighten up the darker area. However, in this case, kind of pulling back closer to your regular skin tone is best. So as you can see here, I have 3 different color concealers. This one is a medium dark. This one is a medium dark, and this one is a medium dark. However, this one is closest to my skin tone and usually works best with the least amount of powder compared to the other 2. So what that means is when I apply powder, these 2 usually change a little bit more, and it definitely alters how much you see. And this one is a little bit more of a brownish yellow. So we're going to go ahead and stick with the one closest to our skin tone, and that way when we set it, we're going to be setting it to what our normal color is and not what our highlight color is. So now we're just going to spread this all over. I know this looks uber crazy right now, but we're gonna be using a softer brush. The reason being that a harsher brush might cause it to move just a little bit too much. So we're gonna go in with a soft brush and basically just blend, 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 blend. And then we're probably gonna blend some more. Make sure to blend back behind your neck as well. You can see it's blending in really nicely. I will make sure to put all of my products in the description below, and that way you guys can see exactly what I'm using, which actually I didn't even tell you. This is my Nars Creamy Concealer. I absolutely adore it. It is my favorite. I haven't been able to go back. I have tried so many, and let me tell you, still can't. So now that we have actually concealed all of our orange color corrector, we want to go ahead and add our foundation. Now in this case, this is a type of foundation that oxidizes, and it's supposed to basically match your skin tone. I'm not quite sure all the science behind that, but it does work. This has been my most favorite yet, and I use it all the time. It's actually the foundation I'm wearing, and that is also very important. Use the foundation in which you choose to use for your face. In this case, we're using the Lancome 24-hour makeup. Ooh, don't do that. In this case, we're just gonna take 2 pumps of this, and we're gonna start with that. This goes from light to full coverage. 2 pumps. So I will say for this, I am not light-handed at all because we really want to get it to be the exact same color. So just get it on my brush and I just start layering it on. Layering it. There we go. I know, that's one of those words that can be so hard to say sometimes.
It will basically catch whatever our skin tone is, and it will change to that. Now find another 2 pumps, and I'll just do the other side.
So I said, this is definitely a buildable coverage, or it's buildable to full coverage. So that's exactly what we will be doing. Because if you don't have the right color and the right coverage, it looks really funny. And that has also come from many years of what works and what fails trying to do this. Shiny because it's still drying, but as you can see, it's a lot better matched already. So the next trick, once again, as you know, one of my favorite setting powders, a powder from Ben Nye. Also, another one of my favorites is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. However, these all lighten. Today we're either going with L'Oreal True Match or the Infallible by L'Oreal. Now both of these are amazing products. I use this one a lot more because, as you can see, it's just a little more of an orangey color, which actually matches my skin tone a little bit better. But they're both great for setting your face when you are not highlighting. If you want to make sure, or you don't get as good of a set with a powder, foundation is maybe add a little bit of your setting powder. But Ben Nye also provides setting powders that come in all sorts of colors, such as camel. In this case, we can just add a little bit of this to our powder and use these two together, since it is setting, along with our regular foundation, just to even it out a little bit more, because as you can see, it is very close to my skin tone now, but it's still a little light, so we just want to give it a little bit of color back. A lot of people like to use brushes because we are really working to stabilize the product. I want to use my little sponge. I am going to have to show you guys these sponges. I love them. Just one little tap in, not much at all. We pack the powder on really well. So we give this a few minutes to just kind of absorb and really set it in place. Okay, so anyway, now that we've let this bake for a good few minutes, I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush and we're just gonna lightly dust it off. I'm sure some of you are wondering now, depending on the discoloration and where you have it, it will change how much you want to go back. For me, I actually checked and I do not have So I don't have nearly as much discoloration close to the back of my neck as I do on the front for some reason. Sometimes you do need to kind of continue all the way back, which basically means just continue spreading your product, or you might just need to do the front. It all depends on your specific situation, but this same routine will work, as you guys can already see. So we're just gonna take our big fluffy brush and we're just gonna lightly dust off our setting powder. So now we are ready for our top. I've been waiting to wear this top just for Valentine's Day. So it's got a nice open neck and it has a cute little necklace, a little tassel on it. And this is just the top that I chose to wear. If you still want to put on a necklace, this still works great. I do it all the time. So as you guys can see, this is my finished product. And I'm absolutely pleased how well I have finally gotten a routine down to help you cover up a dark neck. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope it was uber helpful, especially just in time for Valentine's Day. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Push the little notification bell for when new videos go up. Let me know any new things you guys want to see down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!